Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at a book that so many of us read in school, but its real bite is sharper than ever. We're talking about George Orwell's Animal Farm. It looks like a simple fable, but underneath it's this, brutal political allegory. Our mission here is to really dissect it, to look at the step-by-step mechanics of how a revolution, one built on the idea of total equality, can be so completely corrupted by the hunger for power.
It's that blueprint that makes it so timeless. Orwell uses these farm animals as a mirror for human society, and it's just a devastatingly clear critique of totalitarianism. It's all about how freedom is promised, in this moment of revolutionary excitement, and then how quickly it's stolen back.
And it's stolen through propaganda, manipulation of language, and...
And memory. The manipulation of memory is maybe the most important part.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The idealistic spark. You have Manor Farm, which is miserable under Mr. Jones.
A total mess. And then Old Major comes along with this inspiring vision, this concept he calls animalism.
Which is basically that the animals do all the work, so they should get all the rewards.
Exactly. And the rebellion itself, when it happens, it's this moment of pure hope. They kick out Jones, they rename the animal farm, and there's this incredible sense of unity.
A real, utopian moment. The sources describe it as just this heady, overwhelming optimism.
For a little while, it works. The harvests are good, everyone cooperates, and they're all guided by the 7 commandments painted right there on the barn wall.
And those commandments are meant to be the unchangeable law, right? The foundation.
Absolutely. The first one is key. Whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. But the last one, the 7th, is the soul of the whole thing.
All animals are equal.
That's the one. That's the moral high ground. It's all about justice and rejecting everything human.
But the cracks appear almost immediately. The vulnerability is sewn right into the foundation.
Yeah.
Because even though all animals are declared equal...
Some are more equal than others right from the start.
Exactly. The pigs just sort of take charge. They can read and write, so they claim this intellectual superiority. What was the very first sign of that?
Oh, it was the milk and the apples. It's so subtle. While everyone else is out in the fields, the milk just disappears.
And when they ask about it, the pigs don't say, "We're better than you." They do something much more insidious.
Precisely. This is where Squealer comes in. He doesn't appeal to greed. He appeals to logic, twisted logic and fear.
He frames their privilege as a sacrifice for the greater good.
He says, "We pigs are brain workers. The whole management of this farm depends on us." And then he delivers the killer line.
It is for your sake that we drink that milk and eat those apples.
And the threat that seals it: do you want Jones to come back? That becomes the excuse for everything. The foundational lie is set. Our privilege keeps you safe.
Which is the perfect setup for a power struggle. And that takes us right into the next phase, the slow descent into tyranny.
Right, because once you accept that one class is somehow more essential, a fight within that class is almost inevitable.
And Orwell gives us this incredible parallel to history with Snowball and Napoleon.
You really see the 2 paths a revolution can take. Snowball is the idealist, maybe a bit naive, but he believes in it. He wants to spread the revolution, build the windmill.
A project for the future, to make life easier for everyone.
Exactly. He's thinking long-term about the collective good.
Napoleon, though, he couldn't care less about ideals. He's all about immediate practical power.
He's the authoritarian opportunist. He's not interested in debates. You see it when he takes those 9 puppies away from their mother.
Right, he raises them in secret. He knows that true control doesn't come from winning arguments.
It comes from loyalty and brute force.
And that all comes to a head with the windmill debate. It's supposed to be a democratic vote. Snowball gives this brilliant speech, and it looks like he's won everyone over.
But Napoleon doesn't argue back. He just makes this high-pitched whimper.
And in come the dogs. Now fully grown, terrifying, they chase Snowball right off the farm.
And that's it. That is the moment. It's the end of any real debate or democracy on the farm.
The revolution is officially rotting from within. They've just replaced one tyrant with another, only this one is one of their own.
And the fear is immediate. The dogs are snarling, and no one dares to speak up. The system becomes a terror state. Basically overnight.
From there, Napoleon dismantles everything. The Sunday meetings are abolished. He says they're a waste of time and that a special committee of pigs will decide everything.
And he frames it as efficiency, as protection. We're doing this for you so you don't make the wrong decisions. It's classic.
But wait, the other animals are physically stronger. They could, in theory, overthrow the pigs and the dogs. So how does he keep them working, keep them believing, even as things get worse and worse?
And that's the core of it, really. It brings us to the main mechanism of control. propaganda, the complete destruction of truth.
And that's Squealer's music. He's the star player here.
He's a master, a psychological manipulator. He doesn't use force, he uses language.
So as the rations are cut and the work gets harder, Squealer comes out with these lists of figures.
Lists of figures, statistics, all proving that production is up 200, 300, 500%. The animals can't read, they can't check. All they know is that a pig is telling them with great confidence that they are better off than they ever were with Jones.
And he revises the past. This is the really insidious part.
It's the textbook totalitarian move. Snowball, who was the hero of the Battle of the Cowshed, is slowly rewritten into a villain.
First a coward,
Yeah.
then a traitor who was working for Jones all along.
And the animals, they have this vague memory that it wasn't like that, but Squealer is so convincing, they start to think, well, I guess my memory is wrong. He must know.
They're being gaslit constantly,
Yeah.
forced to doubt their own minds.
But the most concrete, visible evidence of the betrayal is on the wall of the barn itself, the 7 commandments.
They don't just erase them all at once. It's this slow, incremental change.
So subtle. The first one is about sleeping in beds. No animal shall sleep in a bed. Then the pigs move into the farmhouse.
And suddenly the animals notice the commandment has been changed, right?
Muriel the goat, who can read a bit, she sees it. It now says, no animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets.
Just 2 extra words. And Squealer explains that a pile of straw is a bed, so the rule was really about human inventions like sheets.
And they do it again and again. No animal shall drink alcohol becomes, no animal shall drink alcohol to excess.
After the big purges, no animal shall kill any other animal becomes no animal shall kill any other animal without cause.
By adding that little qualifier, they keep the letter of the law while completely destroying its spirit. They control the language, so they control reality.
We have to talk about Boxer, the horse. His story is just, it's the most heartbreaking part of the book for me.
He is the perfect loyal subject. His mottos are, I will work harder, and Napoleon is always right.
He's the proof of how loyalty without critical thought is a tyrant's greatest weapon. Even when he's starving and injured, he just blames himself and decides to work harder.
And the final betrayal of Boxer is just gut-wrenching. He collapses, his lung gives out, and the pigs say they're sending him to a veterinarian.
But the truck that comes for him,
It has horse slaughter and glue boiler written right on the side.
and Benjamin the donkey, the cynic, he sees it and raises the alarm. But it's too late.
And Squealer, of course, has a story. He says the vet had just bought the truck from the knacker and hadn't had time to repaint it yet. He gives this whole tearful account of Boxer's final moments.
They literally sell their most loyal worker for money to buy whiskey and then convince everyone it was an act of compassion.
It is the absolute end of any pretense of the revolution's ideals.
And it sets the stage for that final, horrifying scene, the pig's complete transformation.
They're already sleeping in beds, drinking alcohol, but then they take the final step.
They start walking on their hind legs.
Walking on 2 legs, carrying whips, wearing clothes they found in Mr. Jones's wardrobe. The cycle is absolutely complete.
And then the final change to the commandments. The barn wall is wiped clean, and there's just one rule left.
All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
It's so brutal in its honesty. It's not even a lie anymore. It's using the language of the revolution to enforce the exact opposite.
And the book ends with that haunting image of the other animals peering through the farmhouse window.
They see the pigs and the human farmers playing cards, drinking, laughing together.
And as they look from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again,
They can no longer tell which is which. They've just swapped one set of masters for another, maybe even a worse one.
and the real tragedy, the thing Orwell is screaming at us, is that it's not just Napoleon's fault. It's the fault of the other animals, too.
Their inability to question, their failure to remember the truth, their silence became complicity.
It's a timeless warning. It tells us that freedom requires constant, relentless vigilance. You need education, critical thinking, moral courage.
Otherwise, any system, no matter how just it seems at the start, can fail.
Power corrupts, and absolute power doesn't just corrupt, it destroys truth itself.
That's the core insight. So we'll leave you with this final thought to consider. If the whole tragedy of Animal Farm rests on the animals' illiteracy, on their inability to read the commandments and remember their own history, what active role does the pursuit of knowledge play in protecting you today? What's the practical, daily relationship between staying informed and making sure the systems you live under can't manipulate your memory and your perception? The key to freedom might just be what you choose to read. Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll see you next time.